I'm involved in the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and they chose someone to go to Washington, D.C. with them for the NCAA Convention. And the main purpose of the convention was to vote on the policies for the upcoming year. And so we got to do that on Saturday, the formal voting process, and then we got to listen to a lot of guest speakers and do some sightseeing and inspirational speakers, and we met a lot of new people and had a really good time. Well, I went with our athletic director and our associate athletic director, Bill and Angela, and it was a great time. They introduced me to a lot of new people, and they gave me a really awesome experience that I'm going to remember for a long time. Angela had us all, anyone who wanted to go, write her an email saying why we think we should go, why we want to go, why we should be the one representing our school and our conference. And so I emailed her, and then she told me after one of our games that I would be going with them. So, well, I've been at UTD this is my 3rd year, and I've really built all my friends are here. It just really feels like a family, and I've built a lot of relationships, and I felt like I knew a lot of how our student athletes think and maybe what they would want, and I could bring back some positive feedback about what they would want to hear about. So I think I wanted to go and bring back some ideas that's going to make people want to be involved and make people understand that it is a big deal, and that we really have a voice in what's going on in our conference and with the NCAA, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to make people see that it's a good thing to be a part of. So in Division III sports, they have a national SAC committee, and so in every 2 conferences, they choose 1 SAC member to represent those 2 conferences. And it's made of I think it's about 20 or 25 total in the national SAC. And when the official voting process took place, everyone was allowed to state why or why not you think you should vote for this new policy. And almost every time when the national SAC stood up and spoke about why the student athletes were for or against this policy, almost every single time the entire room would vote with the national SAC and go with their voice and what they have to say. And it made me realize that we're Division III, we don't get paid to play here. We're volunteers. We do it because we love the sport. And so I think it was so important that those students had that voice and had that opinion in what was going on, because I learned that the coaches and the administrators can be completely for one certain policy and one certain thing, but the student athletes may want something completely different. So the biggest thing I brought back was that the students have such an important role in what goes on and should be heard about what they want to happen. I think my favorite thing we did the whole convention was we did relay races with Special Olympics. And this past year in SAC, I got Special Olympics to come to a basketball game, and then in the spring they're going to come to a softball game. And I had so much fun at the relay races. I just realized how much these Special Olympic athletes love being with the student athletes. So I definitely want to get them back more and make sure that's something that we continue to do in the future, because it was so important to them, and I think it's so important for us to be involved with them. So I think that was a big thing. That was one of my favorite things from the convention. It's just being able to go somewhere out of my comfort zone, and I'm kind of a shy person, so for me to have to meet new people and voice my opinion was a big deal for me. So being able to, like I said, meet new people and say what I was thinking and represent our school was just a big deal for me. Something they also talked about at the convention is that of all the student athletes in the nation, such a small percentage are going to go on after college and play their sport. So really, especially for Division III, not many of us, very few, are going to continue playing our sport professionally as their career. So after we're done with this sport, we need to take back from it more than just how many games we won or what our statistics were. So I think that we need to continue in life and bring to our careers and to our lives the more important things. And I think that's why we do community service, because there's such bigger things in life than just sports. And even though it's a good outlet for us, we still need to learn that there's people out there less fortunate and that we can help out. There's a lot of ducks there. There's so many ducks everywhere. They can bring to the team. I don't know. This question's hard. This question's really hard. I don't know. We read the Metro. That was a learning experience. I don't like that question.
You got anything?
And there were so many runners running around.
Yeah, I'll
It was so cold.
That's fine.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
You want to flaunt your gear?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so many runners everywhere. I'm starting to sweat here.
Cool.
Like I said, kind of shy.